That one was not pleasant at all. But there it is.
Kicks on the back end.
I don't really think it matters the size of the chip.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Hello everyone, my name is Jayrick Almodovar and welcome back to another episode of Cochise Red Hot. We're here at the Sierra Vista campus today with not one or two, but three different guests. We're doing something a little different. After we get to know each other, we're also going to be talking about the Cochise Expo, but we'll get to that very soon. First of all, can I have your names, please? Starting with you.
Hey, good morning. I'm Cullen Scarborough, the Dean of Workforce and Military Programs.
Awesome.
I'm Robin Martin. I'm the Assistant Dean for Marketing, Communications, and Advancement.
And you?
Good morning. I'm Jeremy Wagner. I'm an instructor for Administration of Justice, and I chair the honors program.
Awesome. Good morning to you all. So, before we get into anything specific, we have our little spice challenge here. Do you guys have any experience with spices, and what is the spiciest thing that you guys have tried?
Well, I remember back in 1994, my next door neighbor decided to do some spicy meatballs. And I still remember that. And that was by far the worst experience I've ever had in my life.
I mean, it's a new experience. You gotta take it like that, I guess. And you?
My kids talked me into buying the ghost pepper chip where it's one chip in the bag. And so I had a bite of that and was done. I was scared after that. I like flavor. That was not flavor.
I love spicy food, and I still remember it was probably 25 years ago now, not to date myself too much, but we went to a Christmas party, and it was held by a family that was from India, and they made traditional Indian food, some of the best food I've ever had in my life. My stomach hurt, I think, for a week afterwards.
Oh, boy.
I was literally crying as I kept shoveling it in my mouth. So it was so good. But the kicker was, I complimented her. I said, "This food's so good." She said, "Well, I'm glad you like it because I made the mild version for you all."
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
no.
went,
Wow.
I don't even know what to do with that. But, so that was
What
my
do I do with that
spiciest.
information?
Oh man.
Okay, so we have set the bar, so we're going to go from left to right. What we can do, what we're going to do, is every couple of questions, we'll just take a dip into the same one, and then I'll let you know when we transfer to the next one. For this one, I believe we start with the first one immediately.
Okay.
So just take a chip if you'd like. Decent? Everyone good?
Good.
Oh, yeah. Smooth.
I like green salsa. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do each of you do here at the college? How long have you worked here? Starting with you.
Oh, so next week I will hit my third year at Cochise College. And right now I'm over 6 different departments. That's really focused on non-credit, but with some credit offerings. So we really have a lot of entry points that accessible educational opportunities across Cochise County in which we can support.
Awesome.
So I will hit 10 years in April at the college. And with marketing and communications, we get to do all of the advertising, the website, all of the information that goes out to the public about the college, and then some internal communications as well. So letting students know what's going on. We're over the My Cochise portal and then portal admin messages.
Okay, perfect. You?
I'm kind of all over the place. So my main job, I teach Administration of Justice. I also chair the honors program. I have some peripheral involvement with our law enforcement academy, involved with the Senate, and neck deep in our accreditation process for HLC right now. So
Okay, perfect. So, you got those two. How did you get to where you are now? What are your own college experiences, and what does a day in your work field kind of look like?
Yeah, so I will tell you, I'm a proud Cochise College graduate. I was 36 years old before I got my first degree, and it was through Cochise College. And I actually oversee one of the programs, the military programs, that gave me an opportunity to really start my educational journey. That's why I love this job so much. My day-to-day, as Robin knows and everybody else, I'm all over the place. I'm what they call a district-wide position, so from Wilcox to Douglas and everything in between, is that we're just trying to coordinate, trying to build capacity across Cochise County and what they call it reskilling and upskilling people as they can move and have jobs that provide a very sustainable future.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot. It's very good that you're here, of course.
So that's a hard act to follow. But I had, my husband was in the military, and so we kind of traveled all over the world, ended up here at Fort Huachuca, and so found the college. And prior to that, I had already my bachelor's degree. Got my master's degree, started here at the college, but this was my first job in higher education and just totally fell in love with it. My day-to-day, kind of like Jeremy, it's a little bit all over the place. So while we get to do a lot of the storytelling of the students and the staff and faculty's accomplishments, I'm also on different committees, really trying to be involved in the community as well, trying to see how Cochise College can partner with different organizations. So a day-to-day changes. That's one of the things I love about my job, is that every day is a little different. But as long as we can be out there and I can be out there representing the college, then it kind of fits into my wheelhouse. So
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
So I come from a law enforcement background. I retired from the Border Patrol about 6 years ago. So this is my first higher education experience. I absolutely love it. I like, Cullen probably understands this, coming from the military, my body got old. It said it's time to do something a little less physical. So I really enjoy helping the next generation of criminal justice professionals learn about what that job looks like. My educational experience is still going on. I'm in the last year of my doctoral program, so I'm torturing myself when I'm not at work. And yeah, like Robin, I'm not as busy as Robin and Cullen, but I am kind of all over the place. I teach in Douglas. I'm also district wide. I teach up here, and I'm on various committees. I've lost track last time I checked of all the committees I'm on, quite honestly. So yeah, so it's.
So I see that you guys have your own different experiences. Overall, you guys are contributing a lot, so I thank you for that. So, real quick, another tip.
Oh.
same one.
Yeah, same one for
All
now.
right. Big chip this time.
We're so good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. How does your role impact students?
The great thing about what we get to do is that I get to work with a great group of people across 6 different departments. From anywhere from somebody who did not finish high school, who's trying to finish their high school equivalency, to somebody who's in high school that is trying to work on their college, a college degree or college courses at the same time, to somebody who needs to upskill to get another certificate to get a higher paying job, to a military member who is trying to finally get their degree or credit hours so they can get promoted or just to get better. For somebody who's trying to start a business. I mean, that's all the departments that we're in. So, I mean, it is about, again, it's about accessibility. No matter if you have a degree, you don't have a degree, you didn't finish high school, are you 60 years old just trying to find some kind of leisure learning, encompasses my day-to-day activities, just making sure that we have places that people can start their journey, whether it's with credit or non-credit educational opportunities.
Yeah, just so opportunities for all. That's awesome.
Yep.
Robin?
I think the thing I like the best about my job is I get to introduce the college to future students. So that's probably the initial introduction with students. And then once they become students at the college, we get to celebrate them. We get to tell their stories. We get to hire people like you, and we have interns, and we have our student content creators who we get to kind of help them develop their profession and contribute to that. So I think that's where the impact within our department lies with the students.
Gotcha. It gives us as students, and actually other people as well, kind of opportunities to connect with people to really understand their experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 parts. In my AJS role, I really kind of build on my experience. I try to introduce students to what is coming up in criminal justice, because we can sit and read the theory all day long, and that's important. We discuss the theory. But then I can say, look, this is what this theory looks like when you go out and apply it in the real world, because the classroom is not the real world, especially in a profession like that. So I really enjoy being able to take some of my experience and say, look, this is what this is going to look like when you get there. From an honors perspective, I really enjoy, I think we get to help students, motivated students, explore something they're really interested in, really take the research to the next level, and dig into topics that really inspire them, that motivate them. And I think they get so much more out of their educational experience. I think it sets them up for future success. And it really shows them just how much fun it can be. And I do mean this, to actually do research in something you're passionate about. So I really enjoy that.
Okay, awesome. We are going to head into the Coaches Expo now. But beforehand, by this point, we should already be doing this one. So if you guys are ready,
Yes.
it's time to dip into the second level.
I'm getting a smaller chip this time.
It's a lot more full.
I really like that one. It's good.
That's interesting. I don't know what that spice is.
I don't either, but I like it.
It's like a vinegary
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
in
it is.
It's a burn at the end of it, too.
Yeah, smooth, little bit of.
Take a sip of this already. Perfect.
Now my nose is running.
Oh no.
It has begun.
So let's do a general question. What is the Coaches Expo?
So the Coaches Expo is a massive open house that has over 50 booths, and it's interactive activities, games, activities. We really are just trying to showcase the different programs that the college has to offer. And then in addition to that, just college departments. So student services with financial aid and advising, and just having staff and faculty available for people to ask questions. It's a great opportunity for career exploration to kind of see if you want to go back to college, but you're not really sure what you want to get into. Basically, everything that the college has to offer will be showcased at this expo. So that's what it is.
So just to be a little more specific, who's invited and why is this expo so important?
Sure. So everybody, it's open to the public, friends and family. If you're thinking about going to college or you have a loved one wanting to come to college, please, that's who we want to come to this event. I think it's important because you don't always get that opportunity. You might hear about, oh, this is what this career or this is what this job has to do. But when you actually get to see examples of it and demos and get to have hands-on activity to put a tire, our automotive department will have activities where you're putting a tire with lug nuts and whatever's required for that, which I don't know. But I think that's an opportunity for people to really get to see it. You may think you know what it is, but then when you see these activities and get to do it, it piques your interest. And I know these gentlemen are going to explain a little bit more of some of the exciting stuff they're going to do. But I think that biggest takeaway is just having that face-to-face interactive opportunity. We have a brand new student housing facility here on this campus. And so I think just the opportunity to get to go and see that's open. So if you want to stay, you have a student who wants housing on the Sierra Vista campus, that's going to be an opportunity for them to do those tours. And new this year, we're going to have some informational sessions where it's a smaller setting so people can get some tips and takeaways for financial aid, how to apply for scholarships, if you have a student in high school, how to join the early college program. So those are opportunities that we wouldn't offer on a normal day at the college.
Okay, cool. So what can attendees kind of expect to get out of this?
It's really hands-on. It's a lot of fun. So it's a fun way to get immersed into what the college has to offer. And I think people's eyes are open. They don't really realize everything that we have. So even if you've been to this, been to the expo before, been to the college, I still highly recommend anybody coming because we're constantly starting new programs. We're constantly introducing new types of technology. And so this is where that's going to be showcased. And then just getting that opportunity to talk to faculty. There's oftentimes students that volunteer at the events, and sometimes that peer-to-peer asking another student what they think about the program it gets a better insight than just going on the website and looking about it or trying to do your own individual research.
Okay, awesome. We need to get another one before we continue with the questions. And pretty soon I'll be asking the two of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
It's the same one again, right?
Yes.
I need to figure out what it's really good.
That one does taste a little different than the first one.
I'm telling you, it's vinegar.
It has
It's
right.
vinegar.
It has to be.
I think you're right.
It must be.
Maybe even apple cider vinegar.
Maybe that's what it is.
What does one do at this event? What are the many things that you can do here?
There's so many different activities. It's really hard to just say one type of thing because every vendor they go or every booth that they go to, there's a different activity happening. But it really is, I know it's hard to kind of explain, but it is hands-on activity. So for example, the automotive might have how to put a tire on a car. You might have welding, showing how to do some kind of a welding activity. We have HVAC, who's set up to kind of show you how to use the inside inner workings of air conditioning. We have English doing activities. We have science bringing out different demonstrations. And I think one year we had a snake. I have heard a rumor this year somebody may be able to fly an airplane. So there's just a variety of different activities that people can do. And it's just it's a fun way. We have music playing. We just want everybody to come out and enjoy themselves and have a lot of fun.
Okay, so I'm getting from this that this is a lot more interactive than what I'm used to.
Yes.
So
You're not going to just go grab a bunch of flyers. It is, no, we want you to do something. Here's an activity. You're going to get I know culinary had cookie decorating one year. We're still getting all of those activities. I don't have what they all are yet, but each year is a little different.
No, but that's good. You get to connect with people. I'm not used to things like this because I still have the mind like, oh, we're still in high school or something. But so let me see. Has this event been around for some time now, or is this something new?
This is going to be our 4th year. Each year we try to evolve it and make it just a little bit better. We find the things that the people that attended the previous year, what they liked the best, and just try to enhance those. So like I was saying, this year you might be able to fly an airplane. I know that I don't want to steal their thunder because I know they have cool activities as well. But it's the only time where we have so many of the different departments and the activities in one location. So that's what kind of makes this one unique from all of the other programs and events that the college has.
Okay, cool. So we have to dip one more time into the second one.
Okay.
And then once we ask a few questions for you guys, we're going to start with level 3. Okay. If you guys are ready.
We're going to get serious.
Yes, we are.
I think there's a method to their madness because my tongue now is it's still spicy or still tingling from the last time. So I think they know what they're doing with this.
You'll go numb in a little while.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Where will this event take place? Where and when, of course?
So it's going to be Friday, April 11th on the Sierra Vista campus, and it starts at 4:30 and goes till about 6:30.
Okay, perfect. So I'm sure you two are going to be attending the expo as a part of the actual event. How are you both involved in the event?
Yes, so again, we'll have 6 of the departments out there for military programs, adult education, early college, Center for Lifelong Learning, Small Business Development Center, as well as workforce and skills trade. So we will have individuals at each one of those booths. And how am I involved in it? It's just really letting leaders be leaders and letting them coordinate everything with me standing by and saying, hey, listen, how can I help? And also be an assistance if we need to fill gaps in.
So we'll have a booth for the honors program there. And our main goal there is just to give exposure to the program. It's we made some significant changes over the last few years, really good ones. We've opened it up. It's still a humanities base. We've opened it up to all credit courses because generally the way it works, short version, most of the honors work is done through projects that are built in existing classes. So students can work with their instructor to build a project that goes above and beyond the normal academic rigor. And that can be for any class. And we have had students doing in-depth literary analyses. We had VR projects. We had one who did a project that I did not understand at all in trigonometry last semester. It was very well written. I have no idea what he was saying, but his instructor thought it was really good, so I was good with that. And we want to make sure that people know, especially students, know it's accessible, right? You know, a lot of people get the idea, they hear honors program and think, oh, that's some elitist thing. And it's really not. Any student who's completed 12 hours, and we can make some exceptions for that, and has a 3.5 GPA is welcome. I mean, it's a really easy process, and that's the message we're getting out there. We want students to come in and really explore their own potential with the program.
Again, I like the fact that you are keeping in mind kind of connecting with everyone, any sort of opportunities for all sorts of students.
Absolutely.
Oh, We need to now get to the third level
All right.
already.
All right, we're ready.
Here we go. Level 3.
All right.
All right,
I
you
still
guys
haven't
go
recovered
first.
from the second one. This one looks dangerous already. Good.
I like that.
I wanted to say
I like
that
the
it's
green.
not.
I love green chili. So
I know.
that's
I thought you
That's
were
good.
lying at first saying this was third, but there it is.
it kicks on the back end.
Ooh. Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh goodness. I wanted to say it wasn't as bad as the second one, but
That's what I was thinking.
It takes it a minute.
I should have taken
good.
a smaller bite.
okay. That one was not pleasant at all. I'm gonna hold on to it and drink from this as well.
Yeah. I don't know if I can talk anymore. Ooh, it's
Yeah,
the
I don't think I like that one. They're good, but
Yeah.
That's the gift that keeps on giving when that one went. Like more
Okay.
peppers.
are we all good?
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
Are
but-
you?
Okay, so tell me about your areas. What will your areas showcase?
Yeah, so this is going to take just a few minutes because of all the different areas.
Yeah.
But I want to start with military programs. So military programs is that what we're trying to do is that really reach out to what we call military and veteran connected community, whether it's the active duty, reserve, National Guard, spouses, children, families. There's so many opportunities that set of students really have through scholarship opportunities, tuition assistance opportunities, and also with the Bachelors of Applied Science and Leadership Management and Operations, is that because that is also a feeder. So we really want to highlight how we can better support that military-based community in available tuition assistance programs and programs that we have. And adult ed, again, this is a family event, and we just want to make sure that we're available for maybe somebody who did not want to finish high school at that time or needs some help learning English as a speaker of a language. And then also we want to make sure that somebody's there. So the hardest part that we see in that population is stepping through the door. The door is not scary. We're there to we really want to make sure that we open that door for them and give them opportunity. Early college, the team in early college, again, they're across the district at all the high schools. But again, it's an opportunity because theoretically a high school student can complete their high school diploma as well as their college college degree before they even graduate high school. A lot of people don't take advantage of that because, again, we have to open the door and make sure it's not scary for them. Center for Lifelong Learning, that's where we do a lot of the leisure classes. Let's say that you have somebody in the community that just wants to learn how to cook without having to pay for a culinary class. They want leadership training through customized contract training. That is what we're there for, is really just to open that doors. It's not all about credit courses. It's about also leisure learning and other types of ways that we can support your organizations. Small Business Development Center will be there. And that way we have so many people that want to be entrepreneurs. But again, the first step is always the hardest, is how do I do this? So we'll have people available to really talk that and then set up appointments later. And last but not least is workforce, because not only is it a division, it's also a department, is that we really want to highlight what we're doing across the county to help not only employers, but every single individual to upskill or reskill, to do something if they want to get a better paying job, or get something that maybe they're looking for outside of what they're doing right now, whether through the credit and non-credit. For example, CDL, the Commercial Driver's License Program, maybe a contract training course, maybe an OSHA class. We're very, very invested in making sure that we provide opportunities, no matter what opportunity a student or the community needs.
Yeah. So we don't do that much. Holy cow. So our interactive thing that we're gonna be doing, we have giveaway stuff, like a lot of booths. But what we started doing the last couple of years is showcasing one or more of our students and the projects they're doing. These students work so incredibly hard. They're taking this on voluntarily. They're saying, hey, I want this extra work. I want to explore this topic. And I think it's important that everyone sees that. I mean, I get to see it, their instructor gets to see it, but I think it's so much cooler if everyone in the community can see it. And so we're doing that again this year. We have a young man who's actually doing 2 projects this semester. He's finishing his capstone, so he'll actually be completing the program this year. And I'm really excited to see him. I don't know which one he's going to be showcasing yet. They're both virtual reality. And one, he's actually blending virtual reality with a humanities approach to studying local architecture. And I find that fascinating that he's going to be doing that. I'm excited to see it because that'll be the first time I see it too. But I just think it's great to be able to showcase our students. I think they deserve that after all the work they put in.
How do each of your departments kind of benefit students who attend the college? I'm sure this is kind of like a similar question to earlier, but...
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I'm going to change the question a little bit. So I'm going to say, how does it benefit the community, not just people who are attending college? Is that all of these programs, is that we can't do anything without the support of everybody. So what it does is it provides an open door to show that collaboration across the many different departments and functions that the community has, the college has, and even the state has, to really allow for those opportunities. I love this expo because they can go back, students or the community can go back and forth and kind of look. And what hopefully they get at is how everything connects. Is that whether you want to do this or you want to do that, or just understand the community a little bit better, this is the place to be, in my opinion, for the expo.
Okay, wow, awesome.
I think the honors program really helps students prepare themselves for their future, whether they're transferring to a 4-year university, whether they're going out into the workforce. It gives them those skills of really understanding how to do research, how to accomplish goals, how to stick with a schedule. Because again, they're taking on a significant amount of work, right? And they have to follow that contract to get credit for that. And it really helps build their research skills. You know, we have a very good rigor in this school. I can honestly say this is a very good school, but it just ramps up when you go to that next level. And if they have those skills in place, it makes such a huge difference. I feel like, and from what I've heard when they go on, they're ahead of the curve, right? Because they already have that mindset. I'm ready to get into this. I'm ready to dig into this. I'm ready to do my best. And it also helps them just decide what they really like, what they want to do going forward in a career in education, right? When they spend that kind of time with the material and get into the minutia of it, and they go, wow, okay, maybe this isn't quite what I thought it was, or wow, I really, really enjoyed this. And it can really help focus them. And I think we all know when you're passionate about something, you're going to put in the effort to be successful at it. So.
And I just want to add one thing too, is that we have these sections. So somebody may know they want to go into healthcare, but they don't know exactly what. So we'll have nursing and allied health there so they can see all of the different opportunities in there. They may not even know that a profession existed until they get to come out and see it and say, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I want to do. So I think that gives them that opportunity to just see what the options are for their future.
Okay. So these opportunities, there are just so many to choose from what I'm hearing from you guys. I'm assuming, and I'm positive, because as a student, I would know that such opportunities can be overwhelming. Is there some way that you guys have to show them that this is not as scary as it looks? What's your way of kind of persuading them to take that step?
I think first, for all these areas, is you got to have a welcoming environment, and you have to be able to talk not to, but with people. You really have to open up and let them understand that you care as much as they care about their future. Again, what I love more than anything about this job is that I was that student. I mean, it took me many, many, many years to step back into a college after I walked into an advisor and said, hey, I want to get a degree. And the advisor, not at Cochise College, the advisor said, hey, well, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. It's like, well, come back when you find out. It took me 15 years to come back. So that's what it is. It's just you have, from every single aspect around Cochise College, we have to connect with that student, whether it's a 15-year-old high school student or a 70-year-old lifelong learner. We have to make sure that we have that connection and really that passion to do what we do.
I think that's what makes us unique, is that the staff and faculty are so caring. And so I think what you were saying is true. It can be scary to go someplace new, but that's another reason to come here and just meet the people and get to say, oh, that's the science faculty, or that's the math faculty. Oh, well, they were super friendly. They were really nice. I want to get to know them better, or they just made me feel welcome and like I can do this. And so I think that's one of our best attributes, is that we have people like Cullen and Jeremy who are so passionate with the students that coming out here and getting to see and interact with them is more than I could ever tell about that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna echo what both Cullen and Robin had said. I think it's really important you have conversations with your students, right? And you set them up for success individually. And again, just to stay on the honors track with it, when I have a student come in with a project, they develop that with their instructor. I'm a facilitator, right? I'm here to make sure that you're set up for success as much as possible. So let's look at what resources do you need to be successful in this project, and is that something we can provide? Are the goals realistic? Not because you don't have the ability, but let's look at, I had a student a couple semesters ago, a super ambitious project. And I think if he didn't have classes, he probably could have done it. But I said, the time load here, I think we might be setting you up for failure if we don't let's look at how we can adjust this a little so it's manageable within your schedule. And we were able to do that, and the project was amazing. We actually showcased it at last year's expo. So I think just having those honest conversations and saying, hey, how can we make sure you get to where you want to be is really important.
Okay. So all of this sounds like, again, an incredible opportunity for both students and staff. I can see kind of that people would be able to socialize, get to know each other's potential and their specialties, basically kind of pave the way towards students' futures. With this in mind, just kind of diverting away from the more serious topic, what is your favorite part about being involved in an event like this?
Again, meeting people and letting them know it's not as scary as it might be. To bring people in the community who might not have ever stepped foot on a Cochise College campus or a center. And that's really, that is where I really like it, to see the people walk in and say, man, this is a really beautiful campus. Wow, they're really nice here. I wish that I would have been here before. Now we can really kind of expand upon that and offer that opening environment to everyone. It's not just about students or staff, it's about the community, both Cochise County as well as the surrounding counties that we have.
Okay. I actually might even have you answer this question as well.
Definitely what Cullen was saying. We don't want to be the best kept secret. Like, we want people to know we're here. And we have a lot of times, Sierra Vista can be a transient community where people are coming and going. So we're constantly getting new people to the community, and we want to showcase. And I love to see that interaction that they're having when they're coming on campus. Just like Cullen said, blown away. I didn't even know you had that. People that have been in the community forever, not even realizing we offer that. And so I think for me, that's the benefit. And I love to be able to showcase what we're doing anyway. So this is an easy way for me to allow them to do what they do best. And then we just put it on so that they can do what they do.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll echo that to an extent. I love meeting the community members when they come through. And it's fun, and I'm sure you all see this every year. People come through, they're not students, they're not looking to be students. They just want to know what we're doing here. Hey, what's the honors program? I explain to them, they go, oh, I'm glad you have that. And off they go to the next booth. They're not looking to be a student. And I love that interaction, that people want to know what we're doing here. As far as my students go, I've already said this, and I'll probably say it again before we're done. It's so much fun to see my students, I'm not being corny here, but blossom, take on extra work and really attack it and be successful with it. And then I get to see them showcase it. It's so much fun for me. I love seeing it. So.
Good. You said it was corny, but I really don't think such a way. It's really good that this is even happening in the first place, especially, again, for students. So I tried to stall as best as I could, but we're going to do, I believe, one more. Let me double check. Oh, whoops. Yeah, one more for level 3. No. And the last remaining questions are for Cochise Red Hot.
Okay.
I'm not ready, but let's do this anyways.
We're all looking for the smallest chip there is.
I know, this one I'm going not quite so generous scoop.
Yeah, that one was a little too strong for my tastes.
I don't really think it matters the size of the chip.
No,
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Even the size of the scoop.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's still there.
It's good.
Do you have any interactive activities or giveaways planned?
Yeah, so for all of the departments under this division, they are going to have some type of game, some type of trivia, because what we've seen in the past is we don't want it to. I don't want them. I'm not talking for Coaches College. I don't want it to be what I call a grab bag. Somebody just comes in and grabs something and walks away. I want them to grab information and walk away. So in order to do that, we want to make it very interactive. Ask a question. I'll get them to ask questions or whatnot. So that way they can have some stuff. So I mean, across these 6 departments, I'm very excited. I'm not going to reveal what they are, but we're very excited because not only are we doing the expo, but we're doing a lot of other events around Cochise County, and we're trying to get more inventive on what we're doing. So I let them kind of surprise me sometimes.
Okay.
It's kind of like Christmas when my kid opens a present. I'm like, wow, how'd you get that? But it's kind of what I'm looking for there.
Okay.
I think I already answered this one by accident, but we do have some giveaways. But our main activity is going to be our honor student who's going to be demonstrating. I don't know which one yet, but his VR. We'll have the VR equipment there. So he's writing all the software. He's creating this. I mean, this is from scratch. He's an exceptional young man, and so I'm really excited. So he'll be demonstrating that for people coming by the booth. That's our tie-in there. So they can actually what he's doing, see what. I hope it's the architecture one. I'm not putting any pressure on him if he sees this, but I hope it's the architecture one. So we can see what that looks like, how he models that. It's going to be really neat.
Okay. What are your goals in terms of helping students?
Yeah, kind of what we've all been talking about. I mean, I have the pleasure of working with these individuals almost every day in some sort, some type of committee or some type of event. But what kind of goal? I think, again, just like we said, is that I want a student or a potential student or a parent or a community member know that Cochise College is there for the community. That's our name, the community college. So if somebody can walk through, even one person say, wow, I didn't know this existed. Let me tell my son, my daughter, my friend, my cousin, my aunt, and really get them involved in something that might change a life. I think that's why we do this, is to try to help people change their life if they want to, or to upskill, reskill if they want to, or to do something fun. And most of us want to do that.
Mm-hmm, that is true. And I will have you answer that as well.
I mean, the goal is always the potential. And sometimes the student doesn't even know their full potential until they're able to go into class, and they may have an instructor they connect with, and the instructor says, hey, you're really good at this. And the student didn't even realize that was something that they had a talent for. So I think just knowing that we are here to shape that future, the student gets to choose what future they want and what quality of life they want, but to be able to kind of be there to help guide them and provide them the resources to get there. At the end of the day, that's the goal. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to sound like I'm just repeating them, but getting students prepared for whatever it is they want to do in their next step, helping them gain the knowledge they need and understand where that knowledge can take them and explore their own potential. One thing, and I see this a lot with honors, I see it in AJS too, but a lot with honors, when students go from I'm doing this because I have to, because I'm told to I'm doing this because I want to, and I have such interest in this project. And that for me, that just makes me, it makes me happy inside. I love seeing that. So that's what I get out of this. And it just makes me happy to see that.
So what is one thing that you hope visitors will get from this experience? What do you hope will kind of stick to them the most?
For me, and based upon my experiences with Cochise College, as a student, as somebody who hasn't been on the campus before I became a student, what I hope they get out of this is that there's so many different options. I hope a student, and when I say a student, a community member, a potential student, or really a community member, they get out of this that it's not always about welding or about math or about science, but it's about anything. Endless possibilities. I believe we're up to 90 different degrees and certificates.
That's a lot.
And that doesn't count the leisure learning and the contract classes. There's hundreds of opportunities. It's there. And I'm echoing Jeremy now, is that, just we want a student, we want a potential student, a community member to feel very comfortable asking those questions, and us helping, and we'll be able to help them go down a pathway that they might like. And if they don't like it, we can give them another pathway instead of just leaving the college altogether.
Yeah, I think the confidence to know they can do it. So even if it's a young, if a family comes out and they have middle school aged or young high school students, to get excited about college and say, hey, you know what? I think I can do that. I can be them. So I think at the end of the day, if we have people walk away from this event and they feel more confident in pursuing college, then it's a win.
Awesome, especially with the fact that I'd like to think that high school students don't have the same mindset as as college students
Correct,
in general.
yeah.
So when they make that little transition, I personally, if I had to make that transition, which I already did, by the way, that I'd want to look forward to college. That I still think, oh my God, this is a high school, but it's not anymore. It's completely different, and I feel like that's a lot better than high school. So.
And it's not boring.
No,
it's not boring. It's
not.
like your classroom is not the same as what you think. Your classroom is, out somewhere out in the community. You could be working with a partner. You could be in a lab. You could be it's not just sitting and listening to a lecture. And this is a smaller community. And so you're going to have those support systems. Because we're a smaller community college, you're going to have that built in. The class sizes are already smaller, so you have that opportunity to ask questions to your instructor. You're not going to be as intimidating because you're there with 300 other people. It is just a nice, easy transition into college.
And the fact that you have like more time, you're not a kid anymore. Yeah. As much as becoming an adult can be scary, obviously, but I feel like there's just a little more freedom as you head into college. So,
I think I'm gonna build off that and just say I really, the accessibility is big. Not only, in broader terms for the college, this is a very accessible place to come, whatever it is you're looking for, but also for the honors program specifically. I've had a lot of students, they'll approach me or they'll approach their instructor and they'll forward to me, hey, I'm interested in this, and they think it's hard to get into, or it's very selective. And we do have academic standards. We want to make sure, mainly because we want to make sure you're solid in your core classes before you take on extra work. But I guide them through the process. It's a very easy process. And I've had so many students go, that's it? I'm in? And I'm like, yes, that's it. We're not trying to exclude students. We want students in that program. So yeah, I think that's a really important point to make. It's just how accessible all these programs are. Yeah.
Okay, so for these last two, in fact, no, for this last question, and maybe me talking a little bit later, we need the last level.
Knew you were gonna say
I am
that.
dreading this moment, but we have to do it.
Okay.
Final level.
Big chip, small dip.
Yeah, big chip, small chip, big dip.
No, I'm just going for small chip, small dip. Oh goodness, I'm not ready for this one. Oops.
I don't want to say anything yet.
Because
I'm
builds.
scared. But
Builds. Not as terrible as I thought. The third one's still my favorite taste-wise.
The one's creeping up very
I know
slowly.
it's a slow. Yeah, it's a slow build. On
I
that
don't
one.
like that. No, I'll be completely honest, I don't like that. As in the previous episode, they weren't this extreme.
Oh, see.
So I'm just like, okay, I think I can handle it. They're okay, so long as I take small. No, it doesn't matter anymore.
That one doesn't matter. That one is still.
Oh
burning.
boy, I'm gonna be honest.
But I think the third one was better.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the flavor of that. It's probably the green chilies.
I feel like this one might be the worst. Worst in terms of spice level. This one's very slow. But I think I like this one the most.
Yeah.
Probably because it's the least spicy. Is there anything that we have not covered that you would like to go over now?
I just think the career exploration, getting more information is really the key. So if you are in that place where you're like, I don't know if I want to go, maybe you're stuck and you're like, I don't know, I want to do something different. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I would highly recommend this event just because there's so much of an opportunity to get questions answered, to ask a little bit more, to see what's out there. It's a good place to start. And then if you do find a couple of areas you have questions about, then we have advisors and we have other support system there to help further that advice.
I will make one pitch just because I've been focusing on honors. But First Responders Academy, which houses Administration of Justice, also has a booth. Dr. Rayleigh runs that. He's our other full-time AJS instructor. Now, I don't want to put words in his mouth because I haven't talked to him about this, but we have a VR software that we often use and demonstrate there. It's called Street Smart. It's used by Department of Defense and law enforcement agencies to actually train officers and military personnel in use of force. We're not trying to teach, obviously, the community about use of force, but it shows the speed at which things happen. This is one of those, I think, I was talking earlier about theory versus real life. I can tell you things, Colin understands this. I can tell you things are fast in the real world. And everyone goes, yeah, okay. And I use this in one of my classes every semester. And my students go, yeah, we get it. And I go, okay, wait. And I've had kids take off running. I have to hold them by the belt now. One kid almost ran into the wall. That's why I hold on to them, because it happens really fast and it's right here. So that's a really interesting thing. The community really likes that. So I want to make sure I shout out that booth also.
Thank you so much for coming here today and for being a part of Cochise Red Hot. I'm sure, is this kind of new for you guys, or?
Well, for me, I watch it. I've seen it. I like to see. I'm seeing Dr. Wantz over there. I saw that one, Dr. Perry, and so for me, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. I hope that I was clear on some things that we talked about, and I really enjoy working and doing this with you two, because I have a lot of respect for what y'all do.
And I echo that. Thank you for having us. Thanks for sitting the three of us down together.
Yeah.
I really enjoy working with everyone here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like to get to know about people, to understand what you guys do, what you guys provide for this community. So they were quite delicious as well. Yeah. Thank you to our Union Cafe for providing all four of these levels. That's all we have for today. Thank you to everyone out there who's watching these episodes as we speak, and whenever you guys have time, please make sure to subscribe to the Cochise College YouTube channel, and I will see you next time.